Hey guys, welcome to the first ever Burks Reacts video covering the much anticipated Starfield. At this point, I have over 10,000 hours in space games, and after the last Starfield trailer, my expectations were basically zero. But after today, I am blown away with what Bethesda is bringing to the table. I don't think this is a Star Citizen competitor, but I do think it is for Squadron 42. After today, CIG has a lot to live up to. Also, I'm recovering from the sickest I have ever been, so I apologize for looking disheveled. Let's get into it.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining us today and welcome to Bethesda Game Studios. You know, we've been so lucky over the decades to make the kind of games that we love here, and that's thanks to all of you. From the Elder Scrolls to Fallout, we love creating these worlds and playing in them just as much as you do. And throughout all that time, we'd often talk about and dream up the space game. What if we could take that feeling of being who you want to be and exploring a new world, but set it in space, where you weren't really limited in where you could go or what you could do. And that is Starfield. Obviously, we've come a long way since then with the games we've built, our technology, and all of us here at the studio.
Notice how they didn't show 76.
We've done so much together, but well, we've never tried to make a game like this. Today, you'll get to hear from many on the team and see so much of what we think makes our game special. So let's jump in and take a look.
I better be wowed, guys.
Starfield is our first new universe in over 25 years, but it's still a Bethesda RPG.
Looks really good.
And through, where you step into a new world.
They're showing us
and you get
their
that
best
feeling of unlimited possibilities.
I already love it.
It's not
This
just
is
one
what I
world.
want from the moons in Star Citizen.
It's over 1,000 worlds.
I'm sold already.
Because the choice of where to go, it's not ours. It's yours.
They nailed it. The environments, yep, 100%.
It wasn't until now that we had the technology to create it. From the rocks at your feet to the mountains in the distance, to the people and creatures that live in these worlds.
It's single player,
That isn't just
yeah.
a backdrop. That moon is actually there orbiting the planet. Yes, you can visit it too.
Bro.
We realistically simulate the galaxy around you. Our next generation lighting model uses real-time global illumination to light the world based on the type of star and the makeup of the planet's atmosphere.
There's just not, you can't. There's a loading screen for leaving.
An all-new animation system.
Sorry, one sec.
And of course, you can play it in third person, and you can play it in first person. We love exploration and rewarding it, but you do explore differently in this game given its scale. That usually involves exploring an area you've landed in.
The engine definitely looks dated, but it looks great.
You can collect resources, do a mission, and maybe even stumble upon something unexpected.
Bro.
We do love
I completely
stuff in all of
disagree
the
with that,
items
Trey,
around
to
you
be
pick
honest.
everything up, and you can view all that in your data menu.
That's fine if it's not for you.
Everything you're doing, from your skills to your ship, your missions, and your inventory. We love to pack a ton of detail in every object, from all of your weapons to spacesuits to food. We just obsess over the details, and food. We obsess over food. When you're done exploring, you can walk back or fast travel to your ship. We have companions and crew you can take with you. I left Vasco here back at my ship.
Welcome back, Captain Howard.
And he can even say your name. Let's head out.
Our mission was to convey the wonder and majesty of space exploration, to evoke the romance of the golden age of early spaceflight. And we've been referring to this approach as NASA Punk. This means a design language where the tech is advanced, yet still looks grounded and relatable.
For us, it's that contrast. That's where the visual interest is. Obviously the NASA, which is the rigid, hard function over style, and then Punk, which is all about style.
You can see that visual style coming through in your ship. Your ship is your home for you and your crew. And like many of the spaces in
Looks
our game,
great, honestly.
it has a slightly retro and analog touch, a bit of lo-fi rather than sci-fi, where everything is well used, worn, and lived in.
Alrighty. What's the plan, Captain?
I'm sure there's going to be an
This
Easter
is
egg
your star
somewhere,
map.
D-Rack.
It starts with the planet you're currently on. You can see all of its info and resources. You can choose a landing spot or fast travel to known locations. Backing out further, you can view all the planets in the system. Obviously, the game is big, and it's here you can see planets that have key locations,
Chad, I'm
missions, or
pissed.
life on them, versus the many planets that are barren but resource-heavy.
I'm pissed.
Zoom out even further to see all the systems in this part of the galaxy. Here, you can plot a course to ones that are light years away. This uses your ship's grav drive to fold space and jump to these systems. And you will need to upgrade your ship and skills if you want to jump to the most distant ones. But for now, we'll plot a course to the Alpha Centauri system, where we can find the city of New Atlantis.
So what I was going to say is there's animations for leaving and exiting atmosphere.
Maintain your current course while we scan your ship's cargo. Scan complete. You are cleared for landing at New
Bro.
Atlantis.
It's like they wanted to make, you know what it feels like? It feels like they wanted to make almost a freelancer.
As soon as you
It's
land
got that
in
vibe
a
to
city
it.
like New Atlantis, your eyes are guided upwards to just these boundless, vast buildings.
It's the biggest city
I hope it
we've
looks this
ever
great
made,
in game.
not just in size, but also in the amount of custom art, crowds, and quests.
Dude,
So the
Chris
main
Roberts
focus
is
when we're
pissed
designing
today.
the city is obviously
He's
what
probably
supports the
so
story.
upset.
We try and tell as many small stories as possible.
This is a Colony War memorial.
It's a few moments of gameplay that make the space feel like it's full of real characters that are going about their day-to-day lives.
Yo, we need to hide this trailer from Chris,
If you really
boys.
Stop and think about it.
Buddy, it's coffee.
I can smell
It's
10 more
also
years
where
on
your
development.
adventure with Constellation begins.
They got Moby-Glass?
Welcome to Constellation. We have a lot to talk about.
By the time you meet them, Constellation is sort of seen as this mythical group. Most people don't even know they exist anymore. They're the last true explorers in the galaxy, and they're trying to find the answers to some of humanity's biggest questions.
The artifacts are so different, so alien, and I'm certain one of them reached out and spoke to you. The artifact, if you could place it on the table here.
Oh my god, look at how it's coming together.
That means there's a set built by an intelligence outside the settled systems.
It's definitely an eclectic cast of characters. You've got Sarah Morgan, the ex-soldier and adventurer, now Constellation's leader. Mateo, the theologian who believes that there's definitely something else out there. Noel, the gifted scientist and Sarah Morgan's
bit of Halo.
protege. And Walter, a very successful businessman in the settled systems and Constellation's financier.
Anything goes as long as you have the money.
There's also Vlad, the ex-pirate, Sam Coe, the former space cowboy, and Barrett.
You know what I hate about these pirates? Completely resistant to my otherwise irresistible charm.
The journey you take with Constellation is just the first of many you'll embark on. The Settled Systems is home to all kinds of different stories, people, and adventures for you to uncover.
The United Colonies is where you'll find New Atlantis, the first major human settlement in space. The people who live here value law, discipline, and the legacy of humanity. They consider themselves the true children of Earth.
You ever think of joining up with the Vanguard? Help the United Colonies, even get your UC citizenship?
New Atlantis isn't the only city within the United Colonies. The city of Cydonia on Mars to this day serves as the largest mining facility for the United Colonies. Beyond the United Colonies' reach, you might find yourself in a much more wild and independent coalition of star systems. This is Freestar Collective Space. The capital of the Freestar Collective is Aquila City.
Bro, they're really just showing everything, aren't they?
Inn is an Aquila City fixture.
A ranger relies on judgment and intuition to do what's best for the people.
Neon started out as a fishing platform, but is now known throughout the Settled Systems as a pleasure city, where almost anything goes.
If you've got morality issues, this definitely isn't the job for you.
Ryujin is hiring the best and brightest of today for our future tomorrow.
Everyone has been chewed up and ground up by Neon. Try not to get yourself killed, all right?
Outside the bounds of civilized space, there are still plenty of unclaimed systems to explore, but these areas are also home to the most hostile factions in the galaxy.
The great serpent hungers. All heathens shall be made dust in time.
A new face. Is this the face of a brave runner here to challenge the Red Mile?
They think the galaxy is theirs. They are wrong. It belongs to the Crimson Fleet. It always has.
In Starfield, we're pushing our cities and settlements further than we ever have before. It's all there.
And that's where the data engine comes in.
A slice of humanity's future.
Still looks great. To be honest with you, Metatron,
get out
so
then?
does Star Citizen.
Throughout the galaxy, there are so many things to see and stories to experience. But the most important story is the one that you tell. I'm the type of person who spends hours in character creation, and I think people are going to be really excited when they see all of the improvements we've made.
One of the biggest overhauls was done through our character generation system.
We scanned a wide range of faces from different age groups and ethnicities, and by mixing and matching all that data, we were able to create highly detailed and diverse characters.
We use that exact system to create all of the characters and NPCs you're going to see in the game. So any character you see almost always is a character you could make yourself.
You might run into your twin?
Hey, come on, come on. Okay, take it easy. You were out cold. No physical damage. Mentally, the jury's still out. You know who you are? New recruit for Argos Extractors? Ring any bells?
Argo?
Any of this look familiar?
You start your character creation journey as though you're cycling through employee records. You'll pick from a lineup of 40 presets, and that'll be your starting point. Your journey from there can be as detailed or as quick as you want it to be. This new system has more to offer than ever before.
It's also the simplest character generation system we ever had. We let the player get as close as possible to make whatever they want. With the various facial morphs you can blend together, the dermesthetic and makeup, blemishes, scars, piercings, teeth settings. It's a lot, but I think it's the most fun to use.
Character creation is more than just how you look. This is also where you start to decide who you want to be. That's where backgrounds come in. Backgrounds give you a bit of backstory and start you out with 3 basic skills.
From chef to Dusty,
You know, the crew still has
This
a
is pretty
betting pool
insane.
about which restaurant critic you must have crossed to wind up here.
What's great about backgrounds is you never know when yours is gonna come in handy. You could be in the middle of a fancy restaurant talking to some guy, and suddenly you learn he needs a beast hunter to help track down a monster.
Fine. I probably should stick to professionals anyway, given what happened the last time.
We're also giving you the option to customize your build even further by letting you pick up to 3 traits. Traits are completely optional, and they come with their own advantages and disadvantages. You could choose to meet your biggest fan.
Vectera, by Vectera, by Vectera! Is it really, really you?
He'll join your crew and he'll give you gifts if you're willing to put up with his constant commentary.
I can't believe I get to stand near you, breathing the same air. I've got to have every molecule.
My
Yeah,
favorite
no.
trait is kid
That's
stuff.
gonna be a no
you
for
have to
me.
pay some credits to support your parents, but they're very sweet and it's really fun to go visit them.
Honey, we got ourselves a visitor.
Oh my god!
I came across some hostile zealots in space, but because I had chosen a trait that made me the same religion as them, I was able to get by without any issues.
There's another great one that gives you a damage buff when your health is low.
Bro, I gotta be honest. If this game's good, fucking
try to kill you.
CIG, they're out of time,
No
dude.
matter what you
They
choose,
better
there'll
fucking,
be plenty
they
of
better,
ways for you
they better
to
get it
tell your
together.
story. And if you want to remove a trait, there are ways to do that too.
What a view! It's a feast for the eyes. Off we go to another adventure.
We'll let you discover that
Yo,
on
what's up,
your
Red?
own.
Thank you, brother. I gotta be honest. Like, am I wrong here? This game feels way more in depth than Squadron 42 is gonna be. You know what I mean? Like, they're basically building a single player Star Citizen. You know what I mean? Not just a single player story campaign line. Obviously, they've got a bigger team, but man, CIG, they got to get their shit together, bro.
Once you've built the perfect character, that's when your journey can
I was
really
not
begin.
excited for this game up until
We took what we
literally
loved
10
about
minutes
skills and
ago.
perks from our previous games and put them together to create an all-new skill system. Each time you level up, you get a skill point, which can be used to unlock or rank up skills.
Think they'll add multiplayer? I mean, did they add multiplayer to Skyrim?
Ranks are unlocked by completing challenges associated with that skill. Challenges become increasingly difficult as you work your way to higher ranks. With our 5 different skill trees and 4
but that's
ranks
not
per skill,
that's not
there's
Bethesda.
a lot to choose from.
I mean,
I
modders
like
do
the
lots of things, bro.
xenosociology skill because it lets you mind control aliens.
Whoa.
Boost pack out of the gate. I'm boost packing everywhere.
I like maxing out my physical tree so I can get neuro strikes and just punch my way through combat. That one's a lot of fun.
Invest in the skills that suit your playstyle.
To be honest, I still think they fake planets. There's going to be a border, hence the loading screens. The border is at the atmosphere, Caboose. When you go up and down, they did confirm that. You can go end to end. When you go up and down, that's where the loading animation is going to be, right? But in my opinion, that's fine, right? This is what I'm talking about, guys, when I say that a game, and this is not the game, by the way. This is not the game that takes Star Citizen by storm. Why? Because it's not multiplayer. But there will be a game one day that comes out that cuts corners like this, but has all the good shit in it, that is going to compete with Star Citizen. For sure. It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
I'm very much a stealth player. So, I'm out there pickpocketing everyone. My favorite part about being stealthy is slowly creeping through vents like you're in a movie and then jumping out and springing on people.
Whenever possible, I like to talk my way through situations.
This area's off limits. Fine, I'll issue you an access card.
I'm more of a run and gun player.
What do you mean I'm saying like a
doing
bad
that
thing?
death
I
from
think that's a
above
good
thing
thing.
Where I boost pack over guys.
That's a
and I
great
throw
thing.
Landmines at 'em.
Bro, you think that I'm loyal to Star Citizen? Fuck no. I'd say this all the time. I say this literally all the time. If a better game than Star Citizen came out, I'm gone. I'm literally gone day one. Anyone who says that they're going to stay with Star Citizen just because they've invested money in it is absolutely fucking crazy. If a better game than Star Citizen came out tomorrow, I'd be gone. And that's not me being disrespectful to Star Citizen. That's me going, I'm going to play the better game, right? I played Oblivion, and then I played, Skyrim, and then I played, whatever other Halo, right? That's not because I hated the game previous before. It's because I went on to play the better game, right? Oh, no, I've not been playing Diablo. Oh, you, Vlas. I won't tell anyone. Don't worry, I'm not a snitch. I do think we need to keep our expectations low after watching this still, guys. It looks great. I'm super hyped for it now, but we should keep our expectations low just in case.
Exploration is a key aspect of all our games. In Starfield, there are full star systems with new life, resources, and adventures.
Dude, if they pulled it off somehow, where they made these planets and moons and stuff
our team worked hard to strike a balance between fun and realism. We studied data from NASA and a multitude of other sources to help us make the world feel believable. From the way we approached planetary atmospheres,
see what he just said?
To the way we placed biomes
believable
based on the planet's distance from the sun. Once we had created a grounded world, we could start looking at all the things that make that world fun. When you leave a planet and head into space, you'll be
absolutely fucking not Gar, man.
Having chance meetings with interesting strangers, dogfighting in space, and exploring.
The dogfighting does not look that great.
It's all out there. Ultimately, it's about rewarding your curiosity, because whether it's on the surface of a planet, the alleys of a city, or the vastness of space, you never know what you'll find.
I'm gonna need some water in a second, guys. My throat's hurting.
Space exploration is possible thanks to your ship. Your ship is almost like having another character or home you can make all your own. I think you'll be blown away.
Oh yeah, check this out. I totally forgot about this.
You can buy a ship.
I'm sure you can find something you like.
Customize and upgrade that ship. And hire a crew to keep it up and running.
It's unfair.
And it all starts in spaceports.
See, and here's the thing. Before anyone comes out and is like, oh, well, this is different because they're building a single player game. Yeah, I understand they're building a single player game. But the only difference between a single player and a multiplayer game, hear me out, right, is three things: economy, balance, and networking. Am I right about that for the most part? Economy, balance, and networking in terms of features, right? So it's like all the stuff that they're adding is very impressive. Very, very impressive.
Spaceport has a ship technician.
Mission design? Brother. What, name a mission in Star Citizen, maybe barring, and not even dynamic events. Those totally could be single player missions in a game. 100%. They could totally make those single player missions. What mission in Star Citizen could be considered a truly multiplayer event? Even Xenothreat, right? I'm not saying that I don't have fun with the multiplayer events in Star Citizen, but like they truly could be single player missions for sure. Ghost Hollow, that absolutely could be a PvE mission. 100%. Literally, all they have to do is make it like SBK. They throw some spawn closets in, have some waves push into the Reclaimer. Boom. PvE mission. Not even that hard. Again, same thing. JT, have some NPC spawn, try to come and fight you. Boom. PvE mission. Literally, like the premise of those missions is don't die. You know what I mean? There's no objective besides that, really. The premise of JT and the premise of Ghost Hollow is really just don't die. You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, Star Citizen, here's where Star Citizen is superior from any other game. You ready, guys? Content delivery. Star Citizen, in my opinion, does really like not a whole lot other things that are like objectively better than a lot of other games besides content delivery. The way that they deliver content to you is superior to every other game I've ever played. It's tremendous. Like, it's so incredible how the content is presented to you. Now, in the same way, the duality of Star Citizen is that it is both amazing and terrible at the same time, right? Like, it just the way that it is. But I think that the features that we're seeing in this game is like almost everything I want to see from Star Citizen, but it's just single player is all.
And purchase, sell, and modify ships.
Absolutely.
Anything I can help you with?
Well, it costs
Maybe you
less than a
start
Colorless
off with
Black, yeah.
speedy fighter that's perfect for bounty hunting. Then you might round out your ship roster with a hulking
If someone makes a
space freighter
multiplayer
to run
mod for this,
cargo
I will
missions,
totally play it.
or even do a little smuggling. For now, though, we're going to take our starting ship, the Frontier, and make some changes. You can customize and upgrade everything you see here, and you have 2 ways to do that. You can quickly upgrade individual systems like your weapons or shields, or you can deep dive and enter the shipbuilder mode. Here you can change anything from the systems to the look and layout.
Yeah, it's Bethesda, Allison. What did you expect?
Adding a new habitat module can give you more room for crew. Adding cowling can change your ship's overall silhouette. An improved grav drive allows for longer distance space jumps. You can even fully customize your paint job to get the exact look you want. The parts you choose to build with don't just affect your ship's stats. They'll also affect what you can do inside your ship. You can have modules for crafting or for storing and displaying your weapons. Starfield's in-game ship manufacturers bring their own look and feel to every piece of your ship. From living quarters to cargo holds, mess halls, and control rooms.
Yo, I'm not a single player game, guys.
Our modified Frontiers.
Single player games don't get me excited anymore. This looks fucking awesome.
It's a practical ship.
This looks sick.
So with a little
I
creativity,
will be playing this.
Your ship can look like almost anything you want.
It's a bit odd, but one of my favorite ways of customizing ships is I make them look like animals. The HMS Platypus,
Constellation?
as I called it, where it had a giant tail to it. And we've done spiders, we've done mechs. So it's really whatever your imagination is.
Oh my
and while you
god.
can build your home among the stars the way you want to, you're probably not the only person who will call your ship home.
Ready to lift off when you are, Captain.
Bro, I actually am terrified. If CIG sees this video, dude, the game's never gonna finish.
Some of the members of Constellation can join you on your journey. These companions can serve on your crew, and they'll always be there when you travel.
We'll be traveling together until we either find an artifact or this lead runs dry.
Each companion comes with their own valuable skills for your ships and outposts, as well as unique quest lines. Eventually, some friendships might blossom into romance.
I don't know that I've ever really loved anyone except you.
And if you're looking for a little extra help on your ship, you can always hire additional crew at spaceports.
Got any room on your ship
Bethesda
for
really
someone
said
like
it
me?
is our problem you can't get laid.
You'll also meet potential crew members out in the world.
Still think there might be a spot for me on your ship? I gotta get off this rock.
Assign crew to your ship.
Have
or
you not been
outposts,
watching
and their
Zero?
unique
Dude,
skills will
the
affect how
game
they
looks
run.
sick, dude. They really outdid themselves this
And
time
just like
around.
companions, most crew members can lend a hand in the field. Take Bosco, for instance.
He's designed around the core basics of a NASA machine.
Please avoid getting shot. You might die.
I still wanted to give it almost a humanoid personality, so I elongated the limbs. This tends to make him feel more human-like and give him a little personality.
It is a shame exploration requires so much bloodshed.
Using
I
the
love him.
shipbuilding tools and crew selection features in Starfield, you'll be able to build and captain the ship of your dreams.
After 100 hours in this game, you're done? Yeah, and after 1 hour in Star Citizen, most people are done because they can't fucking play it. You know? Like, what's your point?
And now, let's take to the sky.
We're putting you in the cockpit of your very own spaceship and telling you that you can do pretty much anything. And that is really cool for us as developers. Spaceflight should be exciting and dangerous, and you should feel like you're in complete control every step of the way. We've extended that sense of control to ship combat. It's not about just hitting your triggers to fire your weapons. It's a complex dance between your piloting skills and our power allocation system. Boosting power to your engines will make your ship faster.
They got capacitors? Oh my god, they're doing capacitors how I wanted capacitors to work.
Powering up the grav drives will shorten the amount of time it takes before you can make a jump. And moving your power to your weapons and shields means you're ready for a fight. You should always be on your toes because you're not alone out there.
Yeah, the dogfighting doesn't look insane, but
Unlocking the targeting control system skill will allow you to zero in on specific subsystems of the ship you target. After destroying an enemy ship, you can loot the remains from your cockpit. You can always turn any ship that engages you into scrap. But you can also take a more personal approach by docking with the enemy vessel and boarding their ship.
no fucking way, dude.
Once you've taken control of an enemy ship, it's yours. Add it to your fleet and retrieve it at any spaceport. But space is way more than fighting for your life. Just like when you're planetside, there are plenty of sights to see and stops to make on the way to your next adventure. Like these massive star yards. Walk the halls, talk to the crew, maybe get talked into buying a whole new ship.
A civilian.
No EVA? No. And in my opinion, they're doing it in the best way possible, right? Like, this is the difference between Star Citizen and other video games, or a game like Sea of Thieves, is the ability to dismount and mount your vehicle at will. It's called moving bases, is the technical term for it, right? And it's a huge technical hurdle. And I'm sure that they literally can't do it in the Bethesda engine, right? And they're still managing to pull off these epic moments, right? Like, this is what I'm talking about. Someone is going to come out with something that cuts corners, that doesn't do everything. It's a huge technical hurdle, you know? Like, and the fact that Star Citizen's able to do it is awesome, but I'm sure the Bethesda engine just couldn't even do it. I'm not sad there's no EVA. I don't care.
Staryard, let's see about getting you a proper ship, one worthy of you.
Maybe you'll dock with a gigantic battleship like the UC Vigilance.
Someone comes out with a 50-person mod to be able to play together, like GTA RP or something, and I'm done with Star Citizen. I'm out.
Or rub elbows with the galaxy's wealthy elite on a cruise ship fit for the stars. There are plenty of personal encounters to be had as well. You can hail any ship you come across to trade, swap info, or maybe even commit an act of piracy.
Let's do this.
When I'm playing, I generally go crazy. I definitely go like the more piracy routes. I want to take over ships. I'm gonna board ships. I'm like, this is now mine. I steal all these sandwiches and put them, you know, in my cargo hold that I have specifically for sandwiches. I don't want to play the
that's
hero.
Cool. Physical items too.
Just start taking things from people as quickly as possible.
Some strangers might be looking for a little human connection in the darkness of space.
Hello, stranger. I just finished cooking up some food. If you want to come on over, just pop on by.
Some of the best moments are the ones you discover on your own.
That sounds like a trap.
The thing I love most about Starfield is that it is a Bethesda game through and through.
It's really about going to strange new places, meeting interesting people, and getting sidetracked on zany adventures. Then realizing 2 hours later that you're involved in a completely new story.
You're human. We thought we were the only ones to leave Earth.
That DNA is so present here. It's in our random encounters, it's in our handcrafted quests, and it feels so cool to play it and just make your own path in this universe. There are over 1,000 planets out there, just waiting for you to visit. We want you to feel like explorers, breaking ground on new planets, exploring every inch of a mostly untouched galaxy. We want you to feel hopeful. We want you to feel this sense of awe and wonder, and sometimes a little fear. We're giving you a massive playground and a ton of toys, and just setting you free.
Hey everybody, we've shown you so much stuff, but we thought we'd just take a little break and show you something a little bit different. You know, we put so much detail into our game worlds, and we love the opportunity to bring that into the real world with our collector's editions. And for this game, we've done a watch. It is the Constellation Explorer's Watch. This is the watch that you actually get in the game that acts as part of your HUD, where it's the compass and then environmental information. It connects to your phone to give you notifications and other information. And we've also designed this really cool case that it comes with, Istvan.
Yeah, we really took
it's
as
like
much
a real
care
thing.
and designed this case as we did to watch. Our attention to detail in the game totally translates to this. Inspired by the cases that the astronauts used during the Apollo era.
Don't even try to
bring
get it,
back
guys. It's going to be
samples
sold
from the
out.
moon. It's got
Don't
the
even try to
intricate
get it.
locking mechanism, authentic, heavy, comes with a Constellation patch.
It's sold
native
out already.
strap, and
Don't
the
even
overall
try.
functionality and believability of this as something that would exist in the world, in the Starfield universe.
Oh, and hey, take this. You'll find it very useful out there, and it even tells the time.
We actually have something else. Now that we're part of Xbox, we get to work with the amazing people on the Xbox hardware team, and together we have created this custom limited edition Starfield controller. It's awesome.
Is this game
It is
Xbox
now,
exclusive?
You know, our favorite controller.
Besides PC?
We love this because it's inspired by the actual controls of your spaceship. And not only that, we've created the first ever custom headset with Xbox. And this is a perfect pairing with that controller.
Control, this is Constellation Starship Frontier. Ready to start on your signal. Steady till ready. Coordinates input. Plotting jump course. Guidance has converged. Getting auxiliary reactor power. System checks are green across the board. Prepare for departure. Grav jump commencing in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
In every one of our games, we always put so much care into all those little details that breathe life into our worlds. But Starfield isn't just a Bethesda Game Studios world, it's a Bethesda Game Studios galaxy. So why go this big with Starfield? Because we want to give you freedom on a galactic level. The freedom to experience both the exciting planets and the quiet ones. Scanning a planet before you land is a great way to get a sneak peek at the available resources you can use for crafting, building, and customizing.
I think what's cool about this whole system
Wow.
that we generate the planet itself as a procedural content, but the handcrafted content itself comes as the player explore. Our system builds the planet as the player approaches it. We stitch together a block of terrain. After that, we have the system that adds interesting locations for the player to explore, creatures to encounter, ore and plants to pick up.
Are they saying what I think they're
It
saying?
allows us to add that touch of environmental storytelling that Bethesda is known for.
Aggressive creatures have been disrupting our experiments. Their habitat is...
Hold on a second. Are they saying that that the procedural planet is placing these locations per person as they explore them? Huh? What? That is so smart. No. They're not randomly generated. Every single planet has preset points of interest, but they are generated based on your exploration so that you can you can have a fulfilling exploration experience without exploring every inch of the world. Then it never feels barren. That is so clever. That is genius.
Far from here.
That is a great way to do it.
If you could take care of them for us, we would be in your debt.
So even if your friends were to visit the same planet that you had, you would have a different story to tell.
Wow. I'm just getting more and more impressed.
It's completely up to you how you want to interact with each planet. Whether you want to explore and see what you can find, harvest resources and be on your way, or
I
simply
can't get
take
over
in
how
the views.
good the planet distance looks.
With the help of your scanner, you'll chart the uncharted and discover exotic wildlife.
If you have the skills, you can even figure out that certain creatures and plants, you can build an outpost and produce resources from those plants and animals. You can get experience and rewards for fully surveying planets and fully surveying a whole system.
When we were concepting these creatures, we really wanted to think of them as natural to the environment. We didn't want alien monsters. We wanted native wildlife. Something you've never seen before.
Wow.
When it comes to our exteriors, when the sun moves, all that light is calculated in real time through the atmosphere. Our biggest goal for lighting with Starfield was to make the game feel more filmic, to use lighting and color to really make it feel more cinematic.
After some exploring, you can find a spot to set up a base camp. Outposts can be built almost anywhere on any planet.
This is
and
so
the
cool.
habitat modules come in all shapes and sizes, filling all different purposes. You can even live in them. Assign crew and companions to work at your outposts for added bonuses and set up extractors to harvest resources while you're away.
Something cool we have this time is we have a new fly cam where you can toggle between on-foot building, or you can now use a top-down isometric camera, which helps plan out larger parts of the outpost and placing those larger halves. So that way you can really plan your structures and what the overall
I hope
feel
this
of
is
your
as cool
outpost
as it
is.
looks.
And then when you're on your feet,
I hope this is
you
not
can
a
really
disappointment. This looks
decorate
so
and
insane.
fine-tune things much easier.
Add crafting and research stations in your outpost to utilize any resources you find or already have.
Mod your weapons to adapt them to your playstyle. Different weapon sights and scopes, larger magazines, a selection of grips and barrels, different ammunition like explosive.
Burks, do you think this will hurt Star Citizen? I don't think so. If anything, it will cause more people to play because they want a multiplayer to feel for this stuff. Right. I can totally see where you're coming from for that. I can only imagine if someone played this and then Star Citizen afterwards in its current state, the only thing they could feel is disappointment. I'm just being completely real. I'm not trying to be negative. I'm trying to be factual here. If I played this game based on what I can observe from the very, very detailed analysis that they're giving us here, and then they go to Star Citizen afterwards, the only thing that I can imagine they'd feel is disappointment. Well, nobody's a Star Citizen competitor, except, I don't know, maybe putting your hard drive in the microwave. That's the only thing competing with Star Citizen at the moment. Next question.
Rounds. All you stealth players out there will surely need a suppressor.
Squadron 42 competitor easily.
You can also choose to go hands on.
And that's the other thing I really needed to mention as well, is competition is always good for us, the players, right? The more, and I'm sorry for pausing again, but the more space games there are out there, the better for us, right? Who cares if CIG succeeds or not? And I mean that in the most respectful way. I love CIG. I hope they get it done. Who really needs to succeed and who really needs to win are the players, right? I want Star Citizen to succeed. I want Squadron 42 to succeed. But the thing is if CIG sales hurt for a couple of weeks because a great games comes out, who is that good for? Us, right? It's good because we have this brand new amazing game to play, but then also CIG has to take a good hard look at what their current product is and say, how can we make this better? How can we make this better, right? And I don't even mean better in the sense of how can we expand and make, a million more decisions to add on to the time of development. I just mean, what can we do to compete, right? Hopefully. Right? So, yo, Lost John, thanks for the 9 months, bro. Appreciate you. Yo, Insultine, again, thank you, brother, for the $20 dono. I really appreciate you, dude. I don't think it's going to hurt Star Citizen's funding, really, but it's not multiplayer, right? It's not multiplayer. I cannot tell you the last time I was excited to play Star Citizen the way that I feel excitement watching this video. Just to be completely real with you guys. Maybe in 3.18, at the launch of 3.18, and what happened at the launch of 3.18? Modding will make it multiplayer. Will it make it multiplayer like Star Citizen, though? Probably not. I mean, a desyncy 50-player Starfield experience could be really fun. You don't have to choose between Starfield and Star Citizen. You can play both. No, that's absolutely true. 100%. 100%. I think the point is, Rush, is that people have acted as if Star Citizen is the only game out there that can deliver a immersive sci-fi experience in space for the longest time. And people have ridiculed games like No Man's Sky for trying to come close, or Elite Dangerous, Odyssey for trying to come close, right? And when it looks like there's finally something out there that can come close, people are like, oh, well, Star Citizen won't be affected by this at all. And yeah, for the most part, I hope it's not, right? I still want Star Citizen to succeed. But man, does this give me hope as a sci-fi gamer specifically? Star Citizen excluded. It really does. This game looks awesome. This game looks awesome. No, I agree with you, Rush.
On with melee weapons.
I think it's always a delicate balance between what's realistic, what's sim, and what's Hollywood. And I think we sort of err on the side of what's fun for the player.
Great stance to take.
With Starfield, we've completely overhauled our combat. It's more dynamic, the animations are more fluid. It just feels great.
We probably have more mods and more weapons in this game than I want to say any other game we've done before. There's a lot of variety.
Upgraded gear is just one of the many factors to pay attention to when engaging in combat. You may need to switch things up based on your environment. Gravity is different for each planet, and boost packs are excellent for getting around. And for giving you an edge in combat. Sometimes you'll even feel like you're flying. Zero-gravity environments pose a different challenge. Firing a ballistic weapon in zero-G will actually push you backwards.
That's pretty
Energy
cool.
Weapons, on the other hand, offer a more stable shooting experience.
We also have mag weapons. These are high-powered electromagnetic induction ballistic arrays. Each barrel has its own targeting laser and can dish out some serious damage.
So sick.
Whether you want to get up close and personal with your own two fists, or you like more compact weapons like pistols and submachine guns, or maybe you prefer something bigger. Starfield's got you covered.
It looks like they've improved the gunplay from the last time they showed a trailer. And let me say something, guys. This is extremely impressive what we're seeing here, because the gunplay in Bethesda games has been historically pretty bad, to be completely honest. And this looks really decent. The Doom studio helped them with the combat. It's shown.
Thanks again for being with us today. We
That's
are just so grateful that you've taken the time and spent it here. I know there was probably a lot to take in. There's a lot to the game, even more than we could show here. You know, as we play it, we're always sharing these unique and special moments that only a game like this can bring. When I think about what makes it special, it really is the people here. This game is a reflection of the incredible and passionate team that made it. All of them putting something special of themselves into it. So let's hear some of their favorite moments.
I love the way that our final combination of all the new tech has come together to create some of the most beautiful sunsets and sunrises we've ever had in any of our games.
So cool.
I love the creatures, the exploration, every biome is different. The word that comes to mind is vast.
I like to use our photo mode to take rock star photos.
I just love
Screenshot
that constant
gameplay?
feel of discovery and wow, I can't believe that there's more here.
I'm most excited about our outpost building systems.
My favorite part is every time you step out on a planet, it's a unique experience.
You spend all this time building your ship, and you see it on the landing pad. These things are gigantic. It's the kind of thing that you just can't get anywhere else.
There's something about seeing a tower over in the distance and going, I know the gravity's low here. I think I can make that jump.
My favorite part is biomes, spaceships, audio design, planets, the day-night cycle.
Those details matter to me.
Diplomacy, exploration, freedom, the ending.
Vasco, obviously.
I love the robot so much.
The incredible amount of worlds we created.
Sniper rifles, come on.
Lever action, rocket launcher.
Brain sprout. I love, but some people might find creepy. I don't know. I know it's right, Ben.
The thing that I enjoy most about the game is the freedom to be who you want to be, do what you want to do. It's what you've come to expect from a Bethesda title, but on a much bigger scale.
Looks incredible.
On behalf of all of us, we can't wait for you to play Starfield and make your own special moments.
Let's go. Good luck, Constellation. You are go for launch.
Looks awesome. Sorry, is the new Star Citizen patch coming out on September 6th? I didn't know. Sorry, I won't be there. I'll be out sick that day. I won't be able to stream it. I'm sorry. I've got a prior engagement. I left my oven on, and I got to go turn. I won't be able to attend the Star Citizen patch that day. Sorry, guys. I got plans. Doctor's appointment for Bucky. He's got a thing. Isn't that right, Bucky? Yeah, he confirmed. I won't be able to play it. Man, this looks incredible. And you can tell they're really, really proud of it. And not only can you tell they're extremely proud of it, but you can also tell they have literally nothing to hide. That was a incredibly transparent showcase of the game. It seems like it's incredibly transparent. I don't see where they could be hiding like the major flaws and issues. And now, while I'll reserve the right to tell if it's going to be good until the day of, right? Because it really could be a mess on day one. People were really excited for other games before, and they've turned out tragic. But man, that was very, very good looking. Very impressive is what it seemed like. I mean, here's the deal, right? Like, people are comparing this to Star Citizen, and I agree. It's not a Star Citizen competitor. It's definitely not a Squadron 42 competitor because Squadron 42 doesn't exist yet. No, jokes aside. But like, what is Star Citizen or Squadron 42 have on this game that Starfield doesn't, right? Starfield has base building, modularity, customizable colors on your ships. They've got, fully fledged like missions and exploration. And the thing is that Star Citizen will never, ever, ever feel as dense as this game does because of the tech that they're using to procedurally put outposts and points of interest in front of you while you're exploring. That is so interesting to me. That is mind-blowing. That is absolutely mind-blowing that they figured that out. That is genius that they did that. Because what did I say at the beginning of this? Making space games is incredibly hard to do for that specific reason. So that's genius that they did that. Oh, absolutely. Star Citizen will never allow ship to customization at the level. Absolutely not. A game not being a mess on day one is pretty much unheard of. What matters is how soon they can be a success after potential initial release. Yeah. No 30Ks, that's true. Listen, guys, I by no means want Star Citizen to fail, right? I want the game to succeed, but I want this game to succeed too. I hope it's really good. I hope that Star Citizen sees this and it lights a fire under them. Because if you guys remember, Star Citizen, CIG, used Cyberpunk. They cited Cyberpunk as a reason to take their time with development. And I think that this is a great example of why they need to be landing the plane, And I'm not saying they need to rush it out the door or anything, but man, you can tell they cut corners in this game and they did it in a way that's beautiful, competent, and is still going to be a lot of fun. You don't have EVA in space? Who cares? There's EVA, there's boarding, there's all sorts of stuff in this game. Base building, physicalized items. Like, man, this game looks like it's going to be sick. And they're obviously hiding a detail, which is what I think is you find alien artifacts and you get some sort of force power or magic power from it. And I think that's going to be cool. No multiplayer is a downside. Correct. I think the modders will probably fix that. However, man, I don't think the game was ever planning on having multiplayer. And look how big of an issue it is for Star Citizen right now. Don't get me wrong. I am a multiplayer gamer. I typically don't even look at a game if it's not multiplayer. typically that is my thing. If it's not multiplayer, I don't even glance at it. But this game looks incredible. I'll be completely honest. As someone who is very biased towards multiplayer games, this game has my vote for sure. We need single player games? Absolutely. I think that it's just good to point out that it's a downside for some people, including myself. I would much rather prefer this game as multiplayer, or at least if there was a multiplayer option, but that's okay. Not all games need to be multiplayer. That's fine. Games can be really good single player or co-op, you know, small group. You know what I mean? It's sometimes fun when you're not competing against other players, but you're competing with them. Look at Starship Troopers. Look at Deep Rock Galactic. Look at a lot of these like really fun games that have come out in the last couple of years that are all about teamwork, right? I'll just wrap it up with this comment, guys. I'm extremely, extremely excited for this game. I can't wait to play it and see what it's like on day one. Maybe it's going to be complete dog. I really hope not. But everything in that trailer just has me dying to try it out. Like, that was incredibly in depth, and it looked really, really good.